Financial health isn't just about how much money that you make. It's really about how you manage what you have. I mean, just like physical health, your financial well-being needs a solid routine, regular checkups, and a few smart habits to keep it strong. And the best part? You don't need a financial degree or a six-figure income to take control. Hey everybody, welcome to Thrifty Budgeting. In this video, we're going to be rolling up our sleeves and getting into some real-life ways to boost your financial well-being. And before you raise your hand thinking your situation is just too tough for something like financial health to help, don't tap out. Look, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out, bouncing back from a few money mistakes, or simply just trying to stretch your dollars a little further. There is something here for you. So grab your favorite budget notebook and let's get into some real simple steps that can make a big difference in your finances. Now, a lot of times, poor financial health is a direct result of poor money management. Yeah, this one hurts because it silently drains your finances without you even realizing it. Kind of like those sneaky subscription services you totally forgot you signed up for. Now, one way that you can fall into this trap of poor money management is by not tracking your spending. Listen, if you don't know where your money's going, how can you expect to control it? I mean, it's like trying to lose weight without knowing what you're eating. I mean, sure, you might be doing okay, but chances are there's a lot slipping through the cracks. I mean, think about it. A coffee here, a random order online there, and then boom, it adds up faster than socks disappearing in the dryer. I mean, 1 minute they're there, and the next you're out $20 and wondering how. Now, another financial downfall is failing to budget consistently. So maybe you made a budget once on a napkin, in a notebook, or during a wave of motivation, but if you're not updating it and using it regularly, it's not doing a lot for you. I mean, a budget isn't a one-time chore. It's a working tool that tells your money what to do before it disappears. And a lot of times, poor money management can be a direct result of impulse buying. Whether it's an online deal that felt too good to pass up or a treat yourself moment in Target, these quick decisions can quietly blow a hole in your budget. So if you notice that your money keeps disappearing with no rhyme or reason, it's probably due to those impulse buys that lead to overspending. Now, keep in mind that poor money management isn't the only thing that's tracking your financial stability. You also have to think about your debt and credit issues. Debt is one of the fastest ways to throw your financial health off track, especially when it starts piling up in the background. And one of the biggest culprits is only making the minimum payment on your debts. It might feel like you're keeping things under control because more money stays in your account, but reality, you're just barely chipping away at the balance while that interest keeps stacking up. I mean, it's like doing the backstroke upstream. You aren't going to get anywhere fast like that. Then there's the high interest loans, especially personal loans or credit cards with those sky-high rates. Listen, if you're carrying a balance month after month, you could be paying hundreds and sometimes thousands more than you originally borrowed. It's like trying to dig out of a hole while someone keeps shoveling that dirt back in. And for those of you who have them, let's not forget about student loans. Ignoring them doesn't make them disappear, it just gives them time to grow. Whether it's due to overwhelm, denial, or not knowing your options, the longer that you put them off, the more damage they can do to your financial future. And lastly, let's be careful with co-signing on loans. I get it. It might seem like a kind gesture, but if the other person misses a payment or worse, defaults, you are the one that's legally and financially on the hook. So without a solid backup plan, co-signing can go from helpful to harmful in no time. Moving on, let's understand that debt and credit issue go hand in hand with lack of planning. Now, one of the most underrated threats to your financial health is not planning ahead. It's easy to get stuck in survival mode, handling today's bills, today's problems, and forget that tomorrow brings its own set of expenses. With that said, let's start with retirement contributions or the lack of them. A lot of people delay saving for retirement, thinking that they'll catch up later. The problem, later never turns into action. I mean, it just stays a thought. But the truth is that the earlier you can start, even with small amounts, the more time that your money has to grow. And the longer you wait, though, the steeper that climb becomes. And while it's never too late to start, that road can get a whole lot tougher the longer that it's put off. And then there's the challenge of not having clear financial goals. If you're not aiming for something, how do you know where you're headed? Whether it's paying off debt, buying a home, or building a travel fund, goals give your money a purpose. All right, let's move on to another financial health hazard. One that doesn't knock, doesn't call, and definitely doesn't wait for payday. And that's not planning for big expenses. Now, this is another pitfall that can lead into financial chaos. Car repairs, holidays, home maintenance, healthcare, and other large expenses, these things don't count as emergencies if they're predictable. So setting aside a little each month for these type of expenses can save you from budget panic later. Also, skipping insurance leaves your finances and your family at risk if something unexpected happens. As the making of this video, weather-related and other natural disasters are at an all-time high. I mean, it's not fun to think about, but having insurance is a smart layer of protection that you're going to be glad that you invested in if disaster happens to strike. And finally, there's estate planning. Now, this is not just about having a will. It's about making sure that your assets, accounts, and even your digital life are passed on in the way that you intend. Without proper planning, your finances can get tied up in legal red tape, leaving your loved ones to deal with unnecessary stress during an already difficult time. Taking the time now to get things in order is one of the kindest, most thoughtful financial decisions that you can make, not just for yourself, but for the people you love. And when it comes to your financial health, be sure to keep a pulse on your mindset and behavioral traps. So what do we mean by that? Look, even with a solid budget, your mindset can quietly sabotage your financial security. Now, these traps often don't look harmful at first, but over time, they can seriously hold you back. One big one is lifestyle inflation. That sneaky habit of spending more just because you're earning more. The moment you get a raise, suddenly you're upgrading your car, eating out more, and rewarding yourself left and right. I mean, it's so easy to justify too, but if every pay bump leads to more spending instead of more saving, you'll always feel like you're barely getting ahead. Then there's the trap of comparison spending. Now, this is where you attempt to keep up with the Joneses, trying to match what friends, coworkers, or influencers seem to have. And it's easy to forget that you're only seeing the highlight reel and not their bank balance. Now, another downfall is avoiding financial conversations or simply not learning about money can also take a toll on your financial well-being or lack of. Now, whether it's fear, overwhelm, or just not knowing where to start, staying in the dark only makes things harder later on. Now, another big mindset setback is fear or denial. If you're afraid to check your account or open that credit card statement, that stress just builds over time. But facing the numbers head on is always better than avoiding them. And finally, don't fall into the trap of thinking small savings doesn't matter, because they absolutely matter. Every dollar that you save is a dollar that's working for you, not against you. The thing is, you can retrain yourself to use money to build your future and use what you have to your advantage. And while we're on the topic, let's discuss savings and investment issues. Okay, let's talk about where your money should be helping you and then the common ways it's not. So saving and investing are key to your financial health and financial freedom. But a few missteps in this area can slow your progress or send you backwards. So first up, not building a savings buffer beyond your emergency fund. Look, emergency funds are your lifeline in a crisis, but what about strategic savings for the bigger life moments? Now, things like insurance premiums, moving costs, career changes, or even taking time off for family or health reasons. Planning for those big moves, not just big surprises, can give your future more flexibility and a lot less financial stress. Having a little extra parked outside of your emergency fund can give you breathing room without reaching for those high-interest credit cards. And then there's the mistake of letting your money just sit idle. If your savings are just lounging about in a low-interest account, then they're really not working for you. Investing in a basic high-yield savings account or a beginner-level investing can help your money grow over time. Slow and steady definitely wins the race here. Now, pulling from retirement accounts is another red flag. Yes, life happens, but tapping into those funds too soon means penalties, taxes, not to mention you're stealing from your future self. I mean, it's a lot like borrowing from tomorrow's peace of mind. It's too risky. Simply just don't do it. Don't. Also, beware of those get-rich-quick scams or shady investments. If it promises huge returns with very little effort, it's probably too good to be true. Scammers love to prey on desperation and impatience. But here's the truth. Slow, consistent investing is what builds real wealth, not flashy shortcuts or those risky moves. I mean, if it sounds like magic, it probably disappears like it too. Now, if you go and start practicing these smart financial health tips now, you're going to be well on your way to a brighter, stress-free future. Until next time, stay thrifty.